In February 1999, the then Indian Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee made a historic bus journey to Pakistan. This was possibly one of the greatest peace overtures made by India towards its long-standing enemy. Vajpayee also signed the Lahore Declaration with the then Pak Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, calling for bilateral resolutions to all issues facing both countries, including that of Jammu and Kashmir. This was the farthest that India and Pakistan had ever come in terms of resolving the Kashmir territorial dispute. But the Pakistani military establishment was not happy with this. In the months following Vajpayee's Pakistan trip, the scale of cross-border violence and terrorism rose. In the summer of 1999, Pak General Pervez Musharraf's devious betrayal put an end to the peace talks. On the Indian side of the LOC lies the Kargil district. Disguised as militants, the Pakistan army used the winter months to invade and occupy Kargil, Dras and Batalik. Their plan was to capture the Srinagar-Leh National Highway 1A, which passes through Kargil. By doing so, Pakistan wanted to cut off India's link to Ladakh and open new avenues of attack for Pak-based insurgents, effectively taking over Jammu and Kashmir. The Vajpayee government immediately launched Operation Vijay, deploying 2 lakh Indian Army troops, while the Indian Navy proceeded to blockade Pakistan.
हम शांति चाहते हैं, ये तो दुनिया ने देखा। अब दुनिया ये देखेगी कि हम शांति की रक्षा के लिए और अपनी शक्ति का भी प्रदर्शन कर सकते हैं। ये लड़ाई अभी चलेगी और इस लड़ाई को जीतने के लिए हमें प्रयास करना है। लड़ाई के परिणाम के बारे में भी मेरे मन में कोई संदेह नहीं है। हमारी विजय निश्चित है और हम विजयी होकर दिखाएंगे।
The Pakistan army had the advantage of height, and their firing put the Indian army at a great disadvantage. But the bravery of the Indian Jawans and the IAF's airstrikes soon led to India regaining lost ground. Meanwhile, the Pakistani government maintained that the Pak army was not involved in the conflict and it was all the doing of militants. But this was hardly believable because militants rarely capture and occupy territory, exposing Pakistan's lies to the world. Vajpayee insisted that India would not accept a ceasefire unless Pakistani soldiers withdrew completely. He also told Indian forces to not cross the LOC. This convinced the world that India was not the aggressor in this conflict, putting international pressure on Pakistan. The Vajpayee government's diplomatic efforts with the US and China forced Pakistan to withdraw. This was a great diplomatic victory for India. On 26 July, the Indian army recaptured all the posts in Kargil. 527 brave Jawans made the ultimate sacrifice, battling the enemy in the Kargil War. On this Kargil Vijay Diwas, we salute all the brave hearts who sacrificed their lives for their motherland.